Hello everyone. So I was recently asked this question. Someone actually asked me this question about risk management in Jira, and the question was that I want to do risk management in Jira. My requirements are very simple. I basically want uh, to make sure that I'm able to highlight my issues based on, let us say, the risk, based on the probability, or based on some other factors. And the requirement was that for each and every project where risk management needs to be done, we need to basically highlight this somewhere. Basically, we need to give our users this option to make sure that they are able to not only identify those items where there is a risk, but at the same time they wanted to also report on it, like some kind of a risk register, like a standard risk register. Now, there are a lot of apps on the marketplace that you can straight away use if you want to do risk management. Now, I have talked about some of them in the past. I have made videos. In the past, I have also shown you, I believe, if I remember correctly, some of these apps. So just go to Marketplace and search for risk management, and you will find plenty of these apps that you can straight away use, and you can immediately start doing risk management, because it will give you this ability very easily. Now, the person who asked me this question also told me that we want to do risk management, but it is extremely difficult to install a new app, because they have their own processes. Even to install a new app, they will have to. Money is not the problem, but it was more about the approvals. Whenever there is a new app that needs to be installed, they will have to go through this process where they have to make sure that the newly installed app should be, it should basically clear certain things. And he asked me, can we do it natively in Jira? So yes, you can do natively risk management in Jira. It is not very difficult, and at the same time, it may not be very obvious. But what you need to do, when we talk about risk management, and if we talk about these apps that actually gives you this ability to identify those risks based on some formula, but at the same time, they also want to have some visual report. So, to give you a simple example, let us say you have in Jira an issue type. You can call it any issue type. It could be, let us say, a requirement or a bug, or let us say you have a separate issue type called risk. Now, to get started, all you need to do, you need to basically have two drop-down fields. And I'm giving you like a simple example where you can do risk management using like a standard way of doing it. So let us say you have two fields. One field could be impact, right? And the other field could be, let us say, the probability. And based on these two field values, you will then calculate some kind of, risk. And it could be a number, right? Because based on that number, you can then see visually. For example, if the impact is, and by the way, I'm showing you this app, but basically this app is actually quite good. I've used it. I've seen it. I have also seen other people use it very easily. So they just need to install it, and you're up and running. Now, if you look at these two fields, impact and probability, what you need to do, you need to basically let the user select a value. Now, the impact could be, let us say, severe, right? And the other field could be probability, like what is the probability of this thing going wrong. If it is almost certain, so basically based on these two field values, you can calculate this risk, which is, let us say, 5 in this case. Now, number one, you have to make sure that you have these two fields. And this is the first thing. You need two fields, bare minimum. And the second thing is that you need to use the values in these two fields to maybe calculate the risk. Now, you can do this outside Jira. Great. Let us say, you can dump it to your reporting tool. Let us say if you're using EasyBI, then you can build a report like this. I think I've shown in one of my EasyBI videos. So if you go to ravisagar.in, just search for, so you can go to the courses and you can go to mastering EasyBI reports. I'm just showing you very quickly. And I believe, do we have anything like risk? I'm sure we have something called as heat map. So basically what you can do, you can create some kind of a table. Like in this video, I actually talked about this. And then you can, based on these two field values, calculate a number like your risk. And then you can highlight it. If it is more than 4, then, just use a number. So use a color. So what you can do is you can either use EasyBI, or you can do it outside Jira in your Excel sheet, or you can have like a third field. Maybe the third field will be like a calculated field. I mean, how you calculate the number is up to you. Either you can try to use automation rules, or if you have, let us say, script runner for Jira, you can use a scripted field. So I think the calculating this number is not really important. The important part is to visualize it. And to visualize it, you most likely will need some kind of an app. I'm saying in this case EasyBI, because EasyBI will give you this view very easily. And when you create a EasyBI dashboard, you can then, or a report, you can then display it wherever you want on your dashboard. So in my EasyBI tutorial videos, I have covered this in great detail. Like I have like plenty of videos, by the way. I've covered a lot of examples, but what I can also do is, if you want, I can also show you how to do it using EasyBI. So using EasyBI, you need to basically create or use calculated measures to calculate this number. And by the way, don't worry too much about the calculation, or don't worry too much about what fields. I mean, I'm just giving you these two examples, but it could be any kind of formula or any kind of calculation that you can do. But I'm just telling you that yes, you can do it without using an app. And because I use Script Runner a lot, it is my favorite app. If you have Script Runner, you can do a lot of things, like you can define the business logic. So based on these two field values, the scripted field can show you this number. Advantage of using a field is that you can then search it. You can use JQL, and you can then maybe send emails. So as a Jira consultant, or if you are a Jira administrator trying to become a consultant, you have to select, or you have to basically find a solution within your constraints. For example, in this particular use case, I'm giving you example of using Jira for risk management without using any app, because they don't really want to wait for 2 months to get those apps installed. They want to get started immediately. And by adding these two simple fields, they can actually get started. Rest of the things are basically on reporting side, like how you build this report. And you can also use Jira REST API, by the way, because using Jira REST API, you can definitely pull data from Jira and dump it somewhere. So I would say that whenever it comes to proposing a solution, if you're a consultant or if you're trying to help your customers, you should have knowledge of these different things. I mean, don't really say that yes, we can do risk management using this app, because that might not be possible for your client, or maybe for your organization to install the app. But yes, there are a lot of apps for risk management, and if you can install an app, do take a look at it. Usually these ratings are probably fine, but I would still say that you should try these apps before you can, I guess most of you are anyways doing it. Always try to evaluate an app, because most of the apps, or all the apps, they come on the marketplace, they come with evaluation period. So try it before you roll it out. All right, that is all I wanted to talk about today. Bye bye.